Hi guys, Galen Fincher with 123cruisefree.com. Today I'd like to address the topic of making changes to your reservation. I always advise against making any changes if at all possible, but when you do, you need to do it as soon as possible, as early in the reservation process as you can. With airlines, for example, you have about a 12 to 24 hour window to make changes without incurring a fee. Outside of that, they'll want to charge you $50 to $150, for example, for something as simple as a name change. As far as cruises go, you want to, and all-inclusive resorts included, you want to make changes to your reservation as early as you can. So, let's just say that you made your reservation 9 months ago, and when you made that reservation, there were very few bookings within that resort or cruise, and the possibilities for staterooms or rooms in general were pretty much the entire resort or cruise ship. But now as you get closer to departure, say 2, 3, 4 months out, the availability becomes less and less because now everyone has already booked into this resort or cruise, and the options that you had to switch into are no longer available. So, for example, if you wanted to add a person to your stateroom, well, it's not always as simple as just adding an additional person because these cruise ships are set up like based on Coast Guard rules. So certain rooms can only accommodate 2 passengers or 3 passengers or 4 passengers. So if you were in a 2-passenger stateroom and add a person, well, now you're going to need a 3-person stateroom. So you'll have to transition into whatever's available at that time for a 3-passenger stateroom. And had that been a change that you made 9 months ago, the availability for that would have been basically the entire cruise ship. But now, 2, 3, 4 months away from sailing, those options are substantially limited. So now that change becomes a process that is less than desirable because now you're not only are you choosing from only a handful of staterooms that you can book into, but now you're choosing from staterooms that people have decided that they didn't want because it's beside an elevator or a stairwell or next to a restaurant or a basketball court. So anytime you need to make those changes, you need to do them as early as you can, way back in a reservation process. And you need to keep changes to a minimum as much as you can because every time you or I as a travel agent touch that reservation, there's always an opportunity for a typographical error, an electronic error, any type of error that would create a problem in the reservation that would, prevent you from taking your entire vacation, boarding a plane, boarding a cruise ship. So there's a whole host of things that can go wrong. So when you make that reservation, try to have a good plan in place. And when you do need to make a change, make it as early as humanly possible. All right? Galen Fincher again with 123cruisefree.com, and I will talk to you soon.